most common skin concern in teenagers or whether it's in adults is acne. And today we have none other than Dr. Harshana Bijlani, medical head of the Ageless Clinic and celebrity skin expert, to tell us all about acne and its preventive measures. Hello, doctor. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, thanks for having me, and thanks for talking about my most favorite topic.
I think it's one of my favorite topics as well, because as a teenager, even as an adult, I have battled acne. And I'm sure that there are, even you, like you're glowing.
Oh my God, my love affair with acne started when I was 17, then again at 21, then again at 30, and now again because of PPE. It just doesn't leave me. It's acne.
I think it's not leaving me either. And I think that's why this topic is extremely close to me. And a lot of people around us, sort of battle acne. And one of the most common questions, whether it's the youngsters or whether it's people in their 30s or 40s, constantly wondering, like, why me and what exactly is acne? So that's what I want to ask you. What is acne and why does it happen to people?
Okay, so I'm going to try to break it down. If this is my skin and this is my oil gland underneath, my oil gland produces sebum, which comes out through a pore onto the surface of my skin. We all know that, right? We can see pores. Some people you can't see the pore, but the pore is still there. So when the oil comes out, and let's say it gets clogged on the top. So that could be with makeup, that could be with products, that could be with PPE. So when there's clogging, that is what gives rise to the bacteria that come over there and start causing the pussy acne. Now, what causes my oil to produce my gland to produce more oil could be my hormones, could be my diet, could be just excessive sweating because I've worked out or it's a very hot, humid day. So hence, it's very important to understand that acne is clogging of the pore with dead skin bacteria because of these factors, as well as because of these factors. And hence, when you ask me what is the cause of acne, it's so varied that people just, I've got an acne, they'll stick an acne patch or an acne gel. I've got an acne here, I'll do that. But I think you need to get down to the bottom of why you're getting it and treat it once and for all, and hence you prevent this recurrence of acne. And I think one of the things that, I feel very passionate about, and that is to treat and not conceal. I see like young girls, 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds coming to me, and there's so much makeup on their face. And I'm like, guys, you're coming to get your skin sorted. Why do you need to plaster foundation and powder and everything? Because they're just so embarrassed about their acne. And I feel like there's so much we can do to help, and you don't need to keep concealing it. Rather treat the issue and get over and done with. So that's mainly the causes of acne.
So, doctor, tell me one thing. When we talk about acne, I'm sure, there are different types and kinds of acne, which we, of course, maybe not know in totality, but, whether it's teenagers, they'll also have a certain category of acne, and whether it's adults, they'll have like different kind of acne on their faces as well, right? So, what is the difference between teenage acne and adult acne primarily?
Okay, so acne generally is mild, moderate, severe. Okay, it's very easy to understand it in these three ways. Mild acne is like a blackhead or whitehead, which is basically just a clogged pore with dead skin and a little bit of sebum, which is oil. And that's your mild acne. Most of us will have mild acne if we work out a lot, a little bit on our nose, a little bit here. So that's mild acne. Moderate is when the bacteria that causes acne go and attack this, because that's food, right? Oil is the food for that bacteria. So they go and they attack that pore and start causing those little pussy fellows that we tend to get on our skin. Some get over here because of the dandruff. So that's your moderate acne. The severe acne is bigger pussy guys, as well as not only does the inflammation come outwards, it's also inside. So it gives you the nodular cystic acne, which are these big cysts. So if you feel the skin, they're not like bumps on top of the skin, they're also within the skin. So that's the most severe form of acne. Now, whether I'm a teenager or I'm an adult, my types of acne, my classification of acne will be the same, but my causes will be quite different. Because obviously as a teenager, my hormones are going to be playing a lot of havoc. My junk food, my late nights, my alcohol binges, my whatever, we all have done and are doing as teenagers. So that's mainly the cause of it. And of course, now using excuse me, a lot of makeup. And for adults, I find a lot of it is also related to, a lot of stress, especially in the pandemic. I've seen people getting stress-related acne. And then, of course, the hormonal acne, which is PCOD, which can come up maybe not so much as a teenager, maybe late teen years, going into the early 20s. Suddenly they realize that, why am I getting acne? Or my period starts becoming irregular. And then they find out that that's women, have PCOD or polycystic disease. So the types of acne would be the same, but the causes would be, a lot of it overlapped, but some of it also a bit different.
Okay. So then what exactly would probably cause, an acne in teenager and versus like that in an adult? Because hormones, as you said, is a very common factor that plays a role. Then stress, of course, nowadays, even I feel even youngsters battle that. So then that's like a commonality as well. But is there anything else? Is that supposed to do with, say, habit, or is it that there's something totally different which, is happening with the adults, but that doesn't happen with teenagers that leads to acne? Just to simplify it.
Yeah, so I feel, I think for me, the most important thing when I started my practice 12 years ago was because I had this thing with acne for most of my life growing up, and I was already inclined to think differently and out of the box, was to break down and see what was triggering my acne when I used to get it. And what I realized is that your diet plays such an important role to acne. And, now we hear about, okay, don't have dairy and don't have sugar. But all of this were things that, I realized were causing a lot of my acne growing up. So what happens as a teenager, you still have a lot of milk and dairy products. And suddenly you get a bit bloated and because the enzyme that digests milk reduces from our teenage years. And then most adults go off milk and they have a little chai or something like that. But, your diet is very important. But again, most of it already as a teenager, your hormones are all over the place. Then you're having all this diet, you're having all this milk, you're eating junk food, all of that. So hence diet is very important, more for teenagers. I think I've treated a lot of teenagers by cleaning up their diet. And I think that's really important. For adults, I find that, again, hormonally, because of perimenopausal time, remember also in 30s and 50s, a lot of women are coming with acne because their female hormones are plummeting, periods are becoming less, male hormones are getting far more dominant, and hence the oiliness and hence the acne. So yes, hormones. And I think for adults, I find also a lot of it, like I said, is stress related, which is also teenagers, and a lot of makeup as well, because a lot of people have to work and they put a lot of makeup on their face. And so many products now, women are trying. I have people who come with a whole pharmacy of products to me, and they just put all of their stuff on the table and they're like, "Doc, tell me what I should use." And the first thing I'm like, just push them all away. You need to first, sort your skin out. Don't try this. Oh, my friend used this and her skin got really better, but your friend's skin is totally different from yours. So you really need to understand your skin. Work on your diet, and hence that whole 360 approach. You work on your diet, you work on your lifestyle, you work on your products, you treat your acne as soon as possible. And of course, I know it's really, what should I say, overused terminology, but I really, really feel that meditation works. Just 10 minutes of guided meditation you do in the night just calms your mind. We all are stressed. Like you said, teenagers are stressed, adults are stressed, everyone is stressed. You need to work on it, right? So that's my.
So basically what I'm understanding and taking away from our conversation is that anybody suffering from acne, whether it's an adult or it's a teenager, the approach that you primarily take is a very 360-degree approach to treat that kind of acne. But, this obviously brings me to my another, next question, which is that there's so much available online, people are trying DIYs and people are as you said, they come with a whole bunch of products, looking at other people. And, they feel that that's going to help and work for their acne. But I'm sure there are procedures now available, and technologies that probably could treat acne as well. So could you please tell us a little bit more about what's available and what actually can treat active acne and the correct way, rather than taking the approach that most of us are taking?
Right. Actually, before I go on to that, there's one more point I want to just point out about teenagers. A lot of them do not wash their face. Okay, you may think that I am just making that up, but they don't wash their face, they don't wash their hair. They go down and play football, boys especially. They play football or they play some sort of sport and they've not come up and actually showered. So they just come up and they eat and then they pass out, or they're just on their phones, and then the next shower happens the next morning. So again, remember, all that sweat has just clogged and given rise to more acne. So I also think a lot of personal hygiene is very important, especially for the younger, sort of the teenage age group. So I just thought I want to add that. And, cleaning the hair, because if you've got a lot of dandruff, the same dandruff yeast can aggravate and start causing acne, which can spread on your back as well as on your forehead. So even for adults, I would say that tends to happen if you work out a lot and you don't shower post your workout. So that's another tip I give my patients, that, just keep yourself clean, shower straight after that, and then come out and eat your breakfast or your dinner or whatever it is that you're doing. Sorry. So coming back to the ways to treat acne. So what I'm most excited about is this, the new thing that we're doing is the plasma therapy for acne. I don't know, have you heard of it?
No, I'm like totally.
Have you heard about plasma?
Plasma,
okay.
Yes, I have.
So for those who don't know what plasma is the fourth state of matter. So we've heard of solids, we've heard of liquids, we've heard of gases. And then there's plasma, which is what lightning, has, the energy. So what they've done is they've harnessed this energy and put it into this machine. So we call it the plasma therapy. And essentially what it is, it's just like this probe that we move all over your face. And again, going back to what causes the acne, we spoke about clogging and then the bacteria coming there. What it does is this kills that bacteria. So it's almost like an antiseptic for your skin without putting people on oral antibiotics, because that's another thing I hate doing. I hate putting people on antibiotics because you have to think about the gut. And on one hand, okay, you're treating the skin, then the gut goes for a toss and other issues start happening. So I prefer doing external stuff, giving as less medication as possible, because if I can treat you external gels, change your diet a little bit and give you stuff to use at home, which becomes your homework. So that's again very important. It's better. So what does the plasma do? It basically kills the bacteria on the skin surface. And you need to do a couple of sessions once every week, and the skin actually gets clearer. All those tiny pussy guys literally reduce significantly without anything else. So that's
so basically this is a treatment that you do on active acne, like people who have active acne on their face.
Yes, I find it works best for active acne, although I have seen that for the whiteheads and blackheads, which is the milder form of acne, it also helps. But the more pustular acne that you have, it really controls the infection very well.
Okay, so that sounds really good actually, because most of us, I feel like, I think the majority of people who even I know have like those big pussy acne, and I had that too at some point, and trust me, it took forever for it to treat. So what is the efficacy of this treatment? Like, how long does the entire treatment take, for it to actually show results?
So we've seen results within the first 2 to 3 sessions. We ask you to come once a week. So by the second and third session, you already feel like it's clearing up. But it is a 5 to 7 session job. So let's say if somebody does one session and says, oh, I didn't see any results. Hey, it's going to take time. And you need to do it once a week for around 5 to 7 sessions. There's no downtime. You literally do it and you can go out the same day. There's no poking. See, a lot of people also, when you tell them about acne, they're scared because they're scared of needles. They're scared of that instrument which is to extract, the comedone extractor, and that's why they just fear coming to a clinic or going anywhere to get it clean. But this, you literally just do it. We apply a serum after that and you're done. So it's very comfortable. So again, great for people who have a lot of acne, who don't want the pain that's associated with clearing the acne. Speaking of plasma and speaking of cleaning acne, I think it's, another thing that works so beautifully is just our age-old simple cleanups for acne. We've been doing it for donkey's years. Parlors do it. Everyone does some. I just had a patient who came yesterday who said, oh, doc, I did a cleanup 2 days ago and you're asking me to do another cleanup. I said, really? Where did you do your cleanup? Because I could see her sat there with all the whiteheads. And she said, no, at home. I've done it at home, but do you think I could do it again? So I said, yeah, of course you can. So people are literally like steaming their face and just going for their whiteheads and blackheads and then leaving marks along the way. And somehow when you're trying to squeeze a zit, instead of going up, it goes down and causes it to become much bigger and becomes into a cyst. So something as simple as a cleanup, it's very important to do it correctly. And I think that's the take-home message. Cleanups are great, but there's an expertise involved in it. There's a technique involved in it. And I think that is more important. And we marry our cleanups with a lot of different technologies. So we do a blue LED, we do an oxygen therapy, we put serums at the end of it. I might do a microdermabrasion. We do the plasma for the dandruff, because if I don't treat the dandruff and I'm treating the acne, then this is going to come back here again. And you're going to say, look, I'm just not actually getting better. So again, it's a 360 approach when you come to the, to get a treatment at Ageless, where we look at all of these factors and treat it all in tandem with each other so that the result is much better.
All right. I think this is definitely very informative for those, who might be watching us and who do suffer from active acne. I just want to ask you one more thing regarding the plasma treatment that you spoke of. Is it suitable for like all age groups, or is it only meant for adults? Oh, okay.
So we have even younger children. I'm using the word children, but I mean early teens who come. Because see, again with early teens, let's say I'm a girl and I'm 14. I've just started my period and my skin is just erupted. Now, what am I going to do to a 14-year-old? Am I going to put her on hormones and do any hormonal tests? I'm not going to, because even if things are up and down, I'm not going to put her on hormones or contraceptives or anything like that. Am I going to give her antibiotics when her acne is most likely to go on for the next 4 or 5 years till she's in that pubertal age? I'm not going to do that. Or if I'm a young boy who's coming and I'm playing sports, I'm a very ardent sportsman. What am I going to do? Am I going to stick him on tablets and tell him to put a cream in the morning and a cream in the night? See, that's another thing, is compliance. So yes, you'll have some who'll spend hours in front of the mirror, and you'll have some who'll just say, Doc, I didn't do it for a week because I can't. I don't have the time. I don't have the bandwidth to do it. So coming back to your question, is that we can even do it on younger children, and it's worked really well, really well.
Okay. And it's like, I think the fact that you can do it on children, I think for all of those who may have questions about whether this is safe or not safe, I think that just answers and clears the doubts there itself. Also, you mentioned about the LED light. I just want to ask you a little bit about that as well. We see a lot of these home devices as well now, these tools that are available online that claim it's red LED or blue LED or so on and so forth. I personally don't believe in any of these procedures, doing them at home.
I agree.
But and there are some people who do, like even in my friend circle, and I'm just like, no, wait, like today I have an expert. I think I'm going to let her answer this. What is your take on that? And like, I don't think any light can be used for any face type. Am I right?
Yeah. So you have different light colors for different issues. If you ask me, are these home things really effective? I find some of them very dubious. I also find some of them may backfire. So there's a reason why we get very approved technology that we use. So even our LED is not like that LED. It's like a full, literally like a tunnel that you're in, which obviously is monitored, and it's again like approved by that particular country. So I just feel you're better off doing it at a place that you trust rather than doing these things at home. Having said that, if you have a very reputed company that you're using an LED light, I think LED is one of the safest things that you can do at home, more than some of the other lasers that people are happily using at home. I mean, lasers, I would really be careful because of laser burns. But LED is probably the safest thing if you want to experiment with stuff. Then yes, and blue you would do for acne, and red you would do for skin rejuvenation.
Got it. So doctor, other than the plasma therapy that you just spoke of right now, are there any other treatments also that can be used to treat active acne?
Of course. So we have this laser called the Clear Skin Laser, which is a laser that targets the active acne. So it will not prevent an acne coming from somewhere else. So like the plasma would also prevent something coming somewhere else. But this is great if you have that 1 or 2 big acne, you have a show, or you have a party that you want to attend. So the laser just zaps off. So basically what it does, it just dries the oil. The minute the oil is dried, the acne bugs die, because remember, the food of the acne is the oil. So that's a Clear Skin Laser. And also, because we're so holistic in our approach to acne, we also believe and have always believed in the skin-gut connection. And hence we're so adamant about lifestyle and diet cleaning. So what we do is we clean the gut. So we have this Ageless Hydro Detox machine, which is basically a colonic cleansing machine. And what it does, it just cleans your colon, as you've heard. I mean, that, a lot of Ayurvedic, it's in our blood, because, Ayurveda, a lot of Chinese medicine believe in the gut cleansing. So we do a gut cleansing also for people who have tummy issues, bloating, IBS, constipation. And you actually find that after you do a few sessions, the skin starts clearing out because of, a clean gut is clean skin.
Oh, that's interesting as well. Thank you so much, Doctor, for joining us today. Like, we are very glad to be chatting with you on our Skin Bar series and talking all about acne and taking us through the new treatment. I'm super excited. I'm sure everybody watching it also. So whenever like next I have like breakouts happening, I know what I want to get done to treat it. Thank you so much, Doctor. And I hope that we can do yet another session super soon and discuss some other skin concerns which are really common and which people would like to address and talk about.
Thank you so much for having me.
Take care. Bye-bye. Well, this was an extremely informative session that we had with Dr. Harshana Bijlani, who spoke all about active acne, its treatments, procedures now available in India. And I hope that anybody who's watching this video definitely got some few important tips to take away from it and to treat their acne. And if you guys did, then please make sure that you do like this video and leave us comments below if you have any more questions or if you'd like to see similar videos in the Skin Bar series. Thank you so much for joining me, Heshna Chima. I'm going to see you next time in our next video. Bye.